Former Penguins showcase their skills at the YSU Pro Day,
while Chad Zallo competes against the fastest sprinters in the country at the NCAA Championships.
All this and much more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. What's up, Penguin Nation? I'm John Schiraldi. This is Mike Yerstowski, and of course, welcome back to the Penguin Rundown. Michael, how are you? How was your spring break?
Well, my spring break was definitely not as exciting as yours was, as you went to Florida, while I was here in snowy, cold Ohio. And, there were some nights where I wish I was doing homework.
That's a low point right
there. I hit rock bottom. I did a lot of soul searching.
But you did get to go to the Motor City Madness tournament, correct?
I did. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see us rope-a-dope the one seed. Poor college student, couldn't afford another hotel room. But I did see the women's team compete, and I'm actually going to tell you a little bit more about them and their run in their season. The women's basketball team concluded the 2016-17 season over spring break by falling to the Valparaiso Crusaders in the first round of the Motor City Madness tournament. The Penguin finished the season with a 9-21 record overall while going 5-13 in Horizon League play. Despite a disappointing season, head coach John Barn has said he is extremely excited about this program's future. Again, congrats to the women on a fine season. We're all excited for the 2017-18 campaign.
One of the biggest storylines over spring break was the YSU men's basketball team's incredible run through the Motor City Madness tournament. The team reached its first ever Horizon League semifinal after rope-a-doping the #1 seeded Oakland Golden Grizzlies. The Gwins pulled off the historic upset thanks to a Jordan Kaufman buzzer-beating layup to advance to the tournament semifinals. They would face the Northern Kentucky Norse, coming up just short and ultimately falling 84-74. Norse would go on to win the Horizon League crown and earn a berth in the NCAA tournament. Now, some of the major news came in the days following that game, with head coach Jory Slocum announcing his retirement from coaching with 42 years on the bench and including the last 12 at the helm for the Penguins. Slocum stated that after 42 years of head coaching, I have been blessed and honored to have coached so many great young men, and I've had the privilege of working alongside some great assistant coaches. At this time, I'm announcing my retirement from coaching, and I have loved every moment that I was called coach. Slocum posted 723 career victories, including 142 at Youngstown State, which finished behind only Dom Roselli in career wins at YSU, and are the most wins in YSU's Division I history. His career wins rank 35th in NCAA history. Slocum also had 8 players score over 1,000 points in their careers at YSU. Congratulations to head coach Jory Slocum on an outstanding career in the team on a fine season.
The women's golf team traveled to Wallace, North Carolina for the River Landing Classic. The Penguin finished 11th overall in the tournament with a total score of 937 as compared to first place Penn State, who carded an 878. YSU will next travel to Richmond, Kentucky for the EKU Colonial Classic from March 31st through April 1st. As for the men's team, they went to Athens, Georgia for their Southern Intercollegiate Tournament. YSU placed 13th in the outing with an overall score of 622. The Penguins will now make a trip to Williamsburg, Virginia for the Kings Mill Intercollegiate March 19th through the 21st. You can visit YSUsports.com for results and information.
YSU football returned to national title contention this past season due in large part to the stellar play and leadership of their senior class. This past Tuesday, those seniors look to continue their careers at the next level.
Pro Day, a chance for former Penguins to showcase their skills in hopes of furthering their football careers at the next level. Tuesday, 30 professional scouts and coaches from 19 different NFL and CFL teams gathered in the Watts to watch former YSU standouts go through tests and on-field drills. With all eyes, of course, on Derek Rivers and Avery Moss. Moss and Rivers, who already competed at the 2017 NFL Combine, were put through a series of intense workouts, led by NFL Hall of Famer Kevin Green, with former Steeler great Joey Porter, as well as a host of NFL coaches and scouts watching on. While many came to watch the talented pass rushing duo, it was their teammates who caught the eyes of NFL and CFL scouts alike. Running back Jody Webb displayed his versatility, benching 225 15 times and running an unofficial 4.4 in the 40-yard dash. That would have been the second fastest time amongst running backs at the NFL Combine. Backfield mate Martin Ruiz also showcased his abilities with 21 reps on the bench press, a 4.65 40 time, and an incredible 34.5-inch vertical. Of course, much of Webb and Ruiz's achievements were made possible by the big guys up front, guys like Brock Eisenhuth and Dylan Colucci. Eisenhuth had 20 bench press reps while Colucci had 23, also displaying his agility with a 5.29 in the 40-yard dash. But the group with the most to prove was the secondary. Leroy Alexander, Kenny Bishop, and David Rivers all showcased their speed, running a 4.58, 4.51, and 4.43 respectively. The trio each had at least a 30-inch vertical and showcased their agility in both the 3-cone and 60-yard shuttle drills. So while many questions still loom as to where these Penguins will be playing next year, one thing is for sure. Whether it's Canada or the NFL, Youngstown State football will be well represented at the professional level.
Congrats to all the guys competing in YSU's Pro Day yesterday. We can't wait to see where they end up at the next level. Now over to the men's and women's tennis teams. They were in action over spring break. Last Sunday, the men's team had its 5-match win streak snapped in a 4-3 loss to Orange Coast College. However, the Gwins would later bounce back to defeat UC Riverside 4-0. The men would finish off their California road trip with a 6-1 win over Wabash on Thursday. Mitch Marosher and Tomas Rodriguez prove again they were a duo to be reckoned with, snatching a hard 7-6 win for the Penguins. This doubles team is 14-8 on the year, which makes them a dominant pair for YSU. Catch Mitch and Tomas on the 25th when they and the rest of the team open Horizon League play against Valparaiso at the Boardman Tennis Center. Swinging over to the women's side, they picked up a 5-2 win over Villanova last Monday and ran through UC Irvine with a 7-0 win the following Thursday. In these last two matches, the Gwins have won all matches in doubles play, which then makes them now sit at 6-6 overall, and these two strong victories have given them tons of confidence heading into league play. See the women next when they host Toledo this Saturday, March 18th.
After a dominating performance at the Horizon League Track and Field Indoor Championships, Chad Zallo set his sights on the rest of the NCAA. This past weekend, Zallo traveled to Texas A&M University for the 2017 NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships. Friday, the sophomore cruised to a first-place finish in his preliminary heat of the 60-meter hurdles, setting the stage for a showdown with Florida's Grant Holloway in the finals. After a great start out of the block, Zallo clipped the first hurdle with his back foot, but still able to finish with a time of 7.72 seconds, good enough for third overall. Now, despite finishing third, no one can deny the amazing indoor season the sophomore has had. This past Monday, the first-team All-American was named to the Division I Men's Indoor Track Athlete of the Year for the Great Lakes region by the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. He entered this past weekend's NCAA Championships ranked second in the 60-meter hurdles. And his efforts over the last few weeks between the Horizon League Championships, the Armory Elite Invitational, and this past weekend's NCAA Championships helped push the Penguins to a 46th overall ranking in the coaches' poll. Now, the biggest question Zallo faces, where is he going to put all this hardware? The sophomore's running out of space here, and as you can see, he's got 2 more years left of competing at the collegiate level. I think the Zallo household should consider investing in a trophy room or maybe a case of some sorts if they haven't done so already. But no rest for the wicked as the outdoor season begins in just 1 week for head coach Brian Gorby and company when they travel to North Carolina for the Raleigh Relays on March 24th and 25th.
The women's softball team traveled to the Carolinas over spring break to play a total of 12 games over 8 days. The Penguins picked up 5 victories over the week against 4 different teams. They took 2 games from Siena, including a 3-0 victory on March 11th. Freshman Maddie Luss fired a 2-hit shutout with the career-high 8 strikeouts and drove in a run to lead the Gwins to their victory. They now sit at 5-16 overall and return to action with a doubleheader Tuesday, March 21st, my birthday, against Akron in the 2017 home opener at the YSU softball field. First pitch is for 3 p.m. Now, every week we have the honor of sitting down with a student athlete who excels both on and off the field. This week, honors goes to a senior on the softball team who currently sits in second in school history with 29 home runs. Her name, Sarah Dowd.
It's spring here at YSU, which means the softball team is preparing for an exciting season. The women are led by Sarah Dowd. The senior outfielder has been named second team All-Horizon League in her first 3 seasons. But there is one goal Sarah has in mind for her and her teammates.
With the championship. That's the ultimate goal. That's what we work for all year. So if at the end of the year I can stand there with my teammates and we can hold the trophy, that's what we're looking for.
Dad was able to earn her bachelor's degree in counseling in 3 years. She attributes that to the people surrounding her.
Again, just the support of my teammates, support of my coaches, the faculty even here. Everybody's really flexible and they realize that, you know, to get people to your goals, you got to help them out. So I've been really fortunate with that.
After the end of her senior season, Sarah will continue with graduate school at YSU.
Well, I'm going to stick around for about a year and a half, finish out my degree, and then just kind of see where life takes me, see what job opportunities are presented, see where I'm at that point, and then go from there.
Dowd has a very specific plan in mind when her time at YSU comes to an end.
Well, I'm getting my degree in clinical mental health counseling, so my ultimate dream would be to be a community mental health counselor for student athletes on a college campus, so be available to them at their need whenever they need me. Since being a student athlete, you have a different schedule, you have a different set of needs, a different mentality than most students on a campus, so that's my dream job, but that doesn't really exist, so I'd have to make that for myself somewhere. So there's the challenge, but I'm always up for a challenge, so hopefully that works out.
Fantastic work by our very own Christina Stainovich, and again, congratulations to Sarah Dowd on being named Penguin Athlete of the Week. It's been a tough start to 2017 for the men's baseball team, having lost 6 of their last 7 games. However, they broke that trend this past weekend when a 6-run 9th inning propelled the Gwins to an 8-5 victory over Richmond. Pitcher Alex Bellardini picked up his first win of the season, throwing 3 1/3 innings, while only allowing 1 hit and striking out 3. Senior outfielder Lorenzo Acuri was also named National Player of the Week by Collegiate Baseball and the Horizon League Batter of the Week as well, posting 4 home runs, a .412 batting average with 7 hits over 17 at-bats, and a 1.118 slugging percentage. The team will next travel to Chicago for a 3-game series with the UIC Flames this weekend.
The women's bowling team dropped their 3 matches in bracket play this past Sunday. The Penguins finished in 8th place at the Monmouth Hawk Flight Invitational. YSU started the day in 6th place and lost their third best of 7 Baker games open. The Gwins' highest game of the day was 235 in Game 3 against St. Francis Brooklyn. The final tournament of the regular season will be on Monday, March 17th, this Friday at the Music City Classic. Best of luck to the entire team as they journey to Tennessee.
How well do you know YSU? Well, we went around and asked you, Penguin Nation, how deep your fandom goes. Let's take a look.
Sarah, how many national championships does YSU have?
I'm gonna say 2.
3.
I think 4.
7.
11.
4.
I want to say 4.
7.
6.
I'm gonna go 10.
I'm going to go with 5, sir.
I think 4.
What is Bo Pelini's actual first name?
I'm gonna say John. It just sounds right.
Sounds right.
Is it William?
Lewis.
What is Bo Pelini's actual first name?
Joe. Richard.
John? Is it Robert Pelini?
It is not.
Mark.
YSU has 2 mascots. What are their names?
Pete and Penny.
Pete the Penguin and Thomas the Train.
Pete and Posey.
Is it Pete and Penelope?
One is probably Petey the Penguin, and I don't know the second one.
It's a girl.
Pete and Penny.
Boom. Boom.
Pete
and Patricia.
Iceberg.
Pete and Patty.
YSU has 2 mascots. What are their names?
Pete and Penny.
Got to be honest, Iceberg, I thought everybody knew it was Pete and Penny.
Louis Pellini.
Louis Pellini.
Head
Did you know
coach.
it was Mark?
I did know it. I was actually surprised that not many people knew about Pete and Penny. They only knew we had one, which I was surprised about, but...
You can't have one without the other, right?
Yeah. Is this Penny here?
Yeah, that's
look at her. She's so cute. I mean, how can you forget
How
about her?
can you forget about Penny the Penguin? Well,
Pete is nothing without Penny.
What good man is anything without a woman behind him?
Ain't that right, John?
I understand you do want to make sure everyone sees your Jays, though.
Well,
It is March Madness.
It is March Madness, so hopefully everyone has fun filling out their brackets. But yeah, we brought out our Jays here. I think mine obviously are better.
I think you got me beat today.
Yeah, so
a little
those
more
are
color
better.
coordinated.
But
myself.
yeah, I mean, you had to.
You've always been a better dresser, Michael.
Thanks.
That about does it for us here on the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out YSUsports.com and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm John Schiraldi.
And I'm Mike Yurstowski. Thanks for tuning in.